So I'm gonna be honest. I did a wicked thing. And sometimes when we hear wicked, we think of things like murder, abortion, things like that. But sometimes just not moving on what God has told you to do can be wicked. And when God gives you something and you're not doing something with it, can be wicked. And I realized I did a wicked thing. So if you haven't seen my video when I left my job, God gave me something to do. And I did not act on that because I'm thinking, when God gives you something, usually it's bigger than you. I know that it's something that I could not do myself, and I was basically discouraging myself. And when I did do something, if I didn't see like the results of it as soon as it happened, it's like it gets kind of discouraging. So, but I kept doing it, but then I'll fall off. Kept doing it, then fall off. Life get busy. I don't make time to study and do all this stuff. It's just wicked. I had this gift that He gave me. I had this responsibility, and I did nothing with it. I didn't steward it correctly, and it was wicked. And I'm just being honest. You have to be honest with yourself. So it was just an eye opener for me when I read this verse. And I'm going to read to you Matthew chapter 25, verses 14 through 30. And it reads this. So, for the kingdom of heaven is like a man traveling to a faraway country, who called his own servants and delivered his goods to them. And to one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to each according to his own ability. And immediately he went on a journey. Then he who had received the 5 talents went and traded with them and made another 5 talents. And likewise he who had received 2 gained 2 more also. And he who had received 1 went and dug in the ground and hid his Lord's money. After a long time the Lord of the servants came and settled accounts with them. So he who had received 5 talents came and brought 5 other talents, saying, Lord, you delivered to me 5 talents. Look, I have gained 5 more talents besides them. His Lord said to him, well done, good and faithful servant. You were faithful over a few things. I will make you ruler over many things. Enter into the joy of your Lord. He also, who had received 2 talents, came and said, Lord, you delivered to me 2 talents. Look, I have gained 2 more talents besides them. His Lord said to him, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a few things. I will make you ruler over many. Enter into the joy of your Lord. Then he who had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew you to be a hard man, reaping where you have not sown and gathering where you have not scattered seed. And I was afraid and went and hid your talent in the ground. Look, there you have what is yours. But his Lord answered and said to him, you wicked and lazy servant. You knew that I reap where I have not sown and gathered where I have not scattered seed. So you ought to have deposited my money with the bankers, and at my coming I would have received my money. I would have received back my own with interest. So take the talent from him and give it to him who has 10 talents. For everyone who has more will be given, and he will have abundance. But from him who does not have, even what he has will be taken away. And cast the unprofitable servant into the outer darkness. There will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So we have to be good stewards over what God gives us. So what He entrusts you with, He wants you to, He wants to get more from you. When He gives you this, He wants to see what you do with that. And then if you do well with that one little thing, He will give you more. And me, I was sitting and waiting on God. I'm like, okay, all right, I know you called me out, but what do? I'm just sitting there waiting. Sometimes you have to move, even if it's just even if it's just a vision that God is giving you. He didn't give you anything else but that one vision. Sometimes we have to move on that. We have to move in order to receive more instruction. So I really pray that we don't be wicked and lazy servants. I am completely honest. I procrastinate a lot. I am still currently working to get my priorities in order. And I have been getting better. And one of my biggest things is me starting something and not continuing with it, because I talk my own self out of it. I say, oh, you know, you might run out of things to talk about. Well, don't even do that. Don't get that started, because then what if you don't have anything to talk about? Like, God's word will not give you things to talk about. Like, God doesn't speak. Like, he just, one day he'll say, oh, I don't got nothing to tell you. Just, we have to quit discouraging ourselves. So I pray that this really encourages you to be a good steward of the things that he's entrusting you with. Thank you all so much for watching. I pray this video blessed you in some way. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and share with anyone you feel like needs to hear this. Subscribe if you like, and make sure to leave a comment down below. I love reading your feedback. So with that being said, I pray you all have a blessed day, and I will see you in the next video.